What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Alolan DataDex with me, TheOneIntegral. Last episode we covered one of the Guardian Pokemon, Tapu Bulu, and I gave you a choice between two Ultra Beasts for today. We had Nihilega and we had Xurkitree, and Xurkitree came out on top, so that's of course what we'll be covering today. But for next episode's vote, we have, sort of tidying it up here, we have the last Alolan form that hasn't been offered up, and we have another Alolan Pokemon that hasn't been offered up. We have Dugtrio, or Alolan Dugtrio, and Oricorio. So if you'd like to see the ground steel type Dugtrio covered, let me know by saying Dugtrio, or if you'd like to see the flying birds, the fancy bird Pokemon of Alola covered, let me know by commenting Oricorio. But for now, let's jump in and have a look at the Xurkitree. It's number 796 in the National Pokédex, being a pure electric type and is the glowing Pokemon. It stands at 12 foot 6 inches or 3.8 meters, so it's pretty damn big, and weighs 220.5 pounds or 100 kilograms. Being an Ultra Beast, it's in the undiscovered egg group, as well as being genderless and not evolving from or into any other Pokemon. Looking at its base stats, you can see straight off the mark its highest base stat is special attack at 173, which is pretty damn high, and obviously Xurkitree's main selling point. Apart from that, it has fairly mediocre stats with attack at 89, health points and speed at 83, and then defense and special defense at 71, so it's not the fastest, but it is the most powerful, or very powerful indeed, and of course that'll be the main sort of selling point of using a Xurkitree on your team. In terms of its abilities, it has Beast Boost, which of course is the general ability for Ultra Beasts, which means that, every time you knock a Pokemon out or an opponent out, you get not necessarily a speed boost, but an attack boost or a special attack boost or whatever stat you have highest. Probably special attack because of how high it is, so that's basically what we'll be working off for that. Typing wise, being pure electric, there's nothing really too special about it. The pure electric is sort of, if anything, it's its downside because it only has 3 resistances with electric, flying and steel, 1 weakness with ground, and taking neutral from everything else, and all of those neutral types will hit you for some decent damage because of course you're not resisting them, you're not immune to them, they're still going to do some decent damage to you even if they're not super effective, so you do have to watch out in terms of defensiveness for Xurkitree. Then the moves, it's actually very limited in its move pool because it's just got a very high special attack stat. The only real way you can use it is a lot of power. You just want to do the most power as possible. So there are sort of I guess all out attacking, and then there's one niche that you could use, or it would be reasonable to use. We have one level move, which is Thunderbolt at level 37. Of course, it's an Ultra Beast, so probably Heart Scale there anyway. And of course, it's a TM2. Speaking of TMs, we have TM10 Hidden Power. Another downside of Xurkitree is it has a very restricted move pool. We have electric moves, we have maybe a grass move, and that's sort of really it. So Hidden Power is what we actually have to rely on for the rest of our coverage. We then have another electric type move at TM72, which is Volt Switch, almost as powerful as Thunderbolt, but allows you to switch out after the attack, so it can be used in some situations like that. I mentioned a grass move, and that is Grass Knot at TM86. It does from 20 to 120 base power, depending on the opponent's weight, so it's not really reliable, but it might be better than Hidden Power depending on how heavy they are. One final TM is Substitute, because while you're not the bulkiest or the fastest or whatever, Substitute can be used. You can sub up and then you can use that Substitute to get an attack off basically, and set up or something along those lines, so it is a possibility. One final move is Tail Glow with Heart Scale. So Tail Glow is the niche set I talked about because it's not quite all out attacking, but it can be used to some effect. Of course, as I mentioned, Xurkitree is the glowing Pokemon, so it can definitely obviously use the move. In terms of what Tail Glow does, it raises the user's special attack by 3 stages. That's a lot of stages. It's more than Swords Dance, for example, so you get one Tail Glow off, you can basically hit anything and kill it. So if you can sub up and get a Tail Glow off while you're behind it, perfect, because then plus 3 special attack, you're not the fastest, but if you can be faster, then you can take them out basically. So there are some good uses of that set there, or that move I suppose. Then looking at the sets, we're going to have 2 all-out attacking, or sort of all-out attacking best you can get for Xurkitree, and then the Tail Glow set. So the move set for the first one is going to be Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Grass Knot, and Volt Switch. Ability of course is Beast Boost, Timid Nature, and a Choice Scarf is the held item. EVs are maximum special attack and speed, with the last few into special defense. So the idea here is all out attacking. So we have our best moves with Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, and Grass Knot. It's not very good moves. And then obviously Volt Switch for the other option. Beast Boost is the ability, probably raising our special attack, but maybe raising our speed because we have a Timid Nature as well as a Choice Scarf. Because our special attack is so high base, we do not need a modest nature, we do not need to get ourselves a choice specs. We already have enough power, we need the speed to outspeed Pokemon, otherwise they will just take us out before we get the damage off. Hence the timid nature, hence the choice scarf, and hence the maximum speed EVs alongside the maximum special attack EVs. The last 4 in special defense, just to put them in there really, put them in health points, defense or special defense, it doesn't really matter, it's just a choice. So yes, in terms of using this set, it's a choice scarf set. You want to go in, you want a Thunderbolt, you want to power up, boom, that's it, done. Simple as that. Choice scarf away, guys. That's really it. There's nothing more to say. It's a choice scarf set. Hopefully you're faster than things. If you are hoping you feel thinking, oh, maybe I'm not faster than this thing, maybe you switch out, maybe you keep it around. Depends obviously on the type of the Pokemon, what moves they could have, and stuff like that. So yes, that's really it for the first set. Let's move on to the second set, which is going to start off with Tail Glow, of course. Then we have Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, and then finally the choice of Volt Switch, Substitute, or Grass Knot. Ability, of course, is Beast Boost there, Timid Nature once more. Held items are a few choices here. We have Leftovers, a Life Orb, or a Zap Plate. And the EVs are same as before, maximum special attack and speed with the last few into special defense. So obviously Tail Glow is the main point of the set here. You want to get Tail Glow off and then you just go for it. Tail Glow is there. Thunderbolt, Hidden Power are your 2 attacking moves, as well as possibly Volt Switch or Grass Knot, depending on what you want. What to choose there is up to you. Volt Switch offers you the choice to switch out, pretty good. Substitute offers you the possibility to sub up, and then maybe predict their switch. So if you switch on a water type, you know they're going to switch out. You substitute, free sub, then you can Tail Glow the next turn while they kill your sub, and then you can attack. Or Grass Knot for more coverage. Timid Nature once more is to hopefully make us faster than them if possible. We can't have a choice scarf of course though, because we have Tail Glow, that wouldn't work. So we have Leftovers, Life Orb, or Zap Plate. Leftovers is to be combined with Substitute, because of course you sub up, and Leftovers will work behind the Substitute. Life Orb is just to work if you're not using Substitute of course, you're just going straight power. And of course Zap Plate is used if you don't want to have sort of loss of Life Orb, but you do want extra power on your moves, and of course that only works for Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, so you have to be careful in terms of what you're using and what you expect out of your power if you're using a Zap Plate. EVs are same as before, so not too much to talk about there. In terms of how you use the set, as I mentioned, if you're using the Substitute, you switch in, you hopefully force a switch, you can Substitute when they switch, then you can Tail Glow the next turn. You can even Tail Glow when they switch if you're really confident in that, and then you start doing the damage with your +3 special attack, being basically able to hit anything and kill it. So, really quite an interesting set. It will be certain situations where you can set it up, and certain situations where you can't, because of course, if you switch in on a ground type, then of course that's just going to Earthquake you and it'll be dead before you can get to do a Tail Glow probably. So there are certain situations where it will be suitable, and certain situations where it won't. But I'm not going to spend too much more time on it, because that is going to be Xurkitree for today. A fairly simple Pokemon. It's got a high special attack stat, which means it can do lots of damage, and not much more apart from that. So that's really it. Don't forget to vote for next episode's Pokemon, which will either be Xurkitree or Oricorio, depending on what you'd like to see. So let me know down below by either commenting it, or I guess, I don't know, what else you can do. Liking the video, I suppose. I don't know. Whatever. That is going to be it for today, and that's it for Xurkitree. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I shall see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friend.